Hello, I'm Grant Wallstrom, contributing editor to Internal Auditor magazine's Fraud Department and Senior Manager of Fraud Forensics and Investigations at ADT in Boca Raton, Florida. I'm pleased to introduce this episode of Fraud on the All Things Internal Audit podcast, which provides fictionalized accounts of fraud based on actual events. IIA members can read the full fraud article exclusively in the February 2023 issue of Internal Auditor magazine, including bonus material on lessons learned. Listen now to Help Wanted.
Part 1. The Customer's Always Right. Amara Nichols was a rising star in the customer care department of Orion Wireless, which sells residential and small business wireless service through long-term contracts. She had recently been promoted to manage a team of customer service phone representatives. Orion prides itself on customer service and strives to connect a customer to a live representative in less than a minute. For that reason, customer care employees have wide-ranging access to customer data, including the ability to change customers' information. In addition, representatives are empowered to initiate a customer refund process and change contact numbers and home addresses. That ability to alter data was a concern for Margaret Ratch, Orion's Director of Internal Audit. Ratch had been tasked with implementing a proactive fraud data analytics program to detect fraud, waste, and abuse. Lately, she had noticed that Orion was issuing an increasing number of customer refunds. Following up on this observation, Ratch developed a data analytics routine to look at customers' refunds. One of the tests she ran tracked the volume and amount of refunds sent to a single customer address. The results surprised her. A single customer had received 10 refunds totaling $120,000. Part 2. Fun with Refunds. Ratch asked David Ferry, Director of Finance, for help determining why one customer would be issued multiple large refunds. A review of the account in question turned up two troubling details. First, the customer's billing address was a post office box number. Second, 10 separate customers were using the same address. A review of the customer accounts sharing the same P.O. box number revealed that all of the customers had recently discontinued their service and requested a refund for any overpayments they had made. In each case, the data showed that the customer had requested an address change for receiving the refund check. Suspicious that a customer care representative may have been giving excessive refunds to friends or family members, Ratch examined which representatives had changed the billing addresses on the customer's accounts and had initiated the refund process. She soon discovered that Nichols had changed all 10 of the customer accounts. The refund amounts were significant. The monthly fee for a family wireless plan was $100, and refunds of tens of thousands of dollars would represent the entire term of the customer's history with the company. A review of the customer accounts revealed that representatives could issue a refund from the day the customer contract was active. For example, if a customer had a monthly wireless plan for $100 a month and had been a customer for 10 years, the customer would have paid Orion $12,000. The control gap allowed a customer care representative to initiate a refund for all $12,000 of payments made to Orion Wireless. Orion pays most employees via direct deposit to a bank account. When Ratch inspected canceled refund checks, she discovered that someone had signed the customers' names to the checks and deposited them into the same bank account. She compared the P.O. box number used for all 10 customer accounts to Orion's payroll database to determine if any employees shared the bank account number that the refund checks were deposited into. She discovered that Nichols' direct deposits were sent to the same bank account. Ratch took her concern to Stephen Worth, Director of Corporate Security. When Worth ran a criminal background check on Nichols, it revealed that she had an extensive criminal history, including identity theft. Ratch and Worth knew they needed to speak with Nichols. During their interview, Nichols admitted to changing the billing addresses on customer accounts and issuing refunds to those customers. Nichols said she would issue the refund starting from the day after the contract was signed, effectively refunding the customer's entire payment history. Part 3. About those background checks. Now that Ratch knew how Nichols had committed the fraud, she wanted to know why a background check had not detected Nichols' criminal past before she was hired. She decided to talk with Harry Roos, Vice President of Human Resources. Roos told her that because the company was growing fast and the labor market was so tight, it had to streamline the onboarding process and stop background checks on prospective employees. Following their discussion, Roos agreed to run criminal background checks on all current Orion employees, and the results were disturbing. One extreme example was an employee who the company thought was out on medical leave, but was actually serving a short prison sentence. As a result, Roos reinstated criminal background checks on all prospective employees and required that the checks be completed before anyone was offered a position with Orion. The Nichols investigation also led to changes to the refund process. Orion established controls that limited the refund amount a representative could initiate. Now, any refund that exceeds $150 must be reviewed and approved by a member of the finance team. What's more, the finance team adopted Ratch's data analytics routine to search for potential fraud, waste, and abuse. Orion fired Nichols and reported the incident to law enforcement, sharing all its supporting documentation as evidence. She faces charges that carry penalties of up to 10 years in prison.
This has been Fraud, a fictionalized account based on actual events brought to you by the Institute of Internal Auditors. IIA members can access the full story in the February 2023 issue of Internal Auditor magazine, including bonus material on lessons learned. To read more, visit internalauditor.theiia.org. For more fraud-related resources from the IIA and the ACFE, including guidance and thought leadership, visit theiia.org/ACFE fraud.